Hi, I'm Marty Levinson. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
I'm Marty Levinson, and welcome to the Northtown News Magazine.
That's good.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and together we're going to cut violent crime in the 46th Ward.
Hi, I'm Marty Levinson, and when I'm not cutting hair, I'm cutting corruption.
Hey there, I am really Marty Levinson. Don't let anybody fool you. Welcome to the Northtown News Magazine show with the greatest cameraman around, Sonny Hirsch, and your host, Avi Myers.
Thank you, Marty. Avi Myers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at ntnm.org. Close to 1,000 shows available on YouTube. The links are over there. You still have a very brief period of time to get involved in Jewish Chicago. It's going to be hitting the web on Sunday, February 8th, hitting the streets on Monday, February 9th. It's going to be free all over the place. Make sure you pick it up. Detailed political analysis on the mayoral race as well as aldermanic races of Jewish interest, which of course includes the leading Jewish alderman in City Council and the present alderman of the 43rd Ward, Michele Smith. How are you?
How are you? How do you do?
First of all, good. I'm glad to see
good,
you.
good to
It's
see
been
you.
4 years since we've had you on the show.
Yes.
And congratulations on your first victory, and now you're aiming for a second term.
Yes, I am. Thank you so much for having me.
It's my pleasure. And I want to thank Ben Head and Alex for helping arrange things.
Thank you.
So tell us, first of all, where is the 43rd Ward?
The 43rd Ward encompasses the entire Lincoln Park neighborhood and about half of the Gold Coast. So it runs from Diversity on the north all the way down to Division on the south, up State Parkway, and then across North Avenue and back up around Racine.
So that's a very interesting, and most of it is a very nice neighborhood.
It's a beautiful neighborhood. It's one of Chicago's best areas to live, work, shop, and be entertained, and we've been working hard to keep it that way.
No question about it. What is your background before you were alderman?
Well, before I was alderman, I started off my career as a federal prosecutor here in Chicago,
Nice.
working for Dan Webb and Tony Valukas. And after 9 years as a federal prosecutor, I worked as what's called an in-house attorney for a very long and old, well-known Chicago company, Navistar, formerly known as International Harvester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was very involved also in my congregation, Congregation Sinai. I served as its social action chair and organized an awful lot of events through Chicago Sinai. And actually, it's a little funny story. My race for alderman began when members of my congregation asked me to run.
Nice.
Yes, we were all working on a community kitchen project, a dinner for the homeless project.
Very nice.
And it was while we were cooking in the kitchen that people asked me to run, and that really started my whole campaign. So I'm very, very, very grateful for my membership at Chicago Sinai.
And you were telling me they've got 900 families now?
Yes, it's grown since it moved from Hyde Park up to the north side at State and Delaware, and there's now 900 families.
That's terrific. It really is. Nice to see that kind of growth.
Yes.
So you've been, so tell us what else you're up to.
Well, actually, I came here from a really somber place. I just came from a community memorial program for the victims of the Paris terror attacks at the downtown Loop Synagogue. And the Consul Generals of Israel and Egypt were there, as well as the Consul General of France, and then many, many interfaith participants. And it was a memorial service, and I felt obligated to attend, and I was proud to do so.
No, it's very important, and the situation in France is really so disheartening. I mean, the amount of anti-Semitic incidents over there. I mean, anti-Semitic's a nice word, but and it's your segment, so I'm not going to get into that. But
Yeah.
So, what kind of crowd was there?
It was packed. The synagogue was full.
It's a very large synagogue.
It's a very large synagogue, and I think one of the best things about it is something that we actually have in the 43rd Ward, which is a very strong interfaith community. I work often with people of faith in my community, the priests and pastors, our new Chabad house. We have a new Chabad house in Lincoln Park, and we all work very, very closely together and do things together. So it's really it's very important to me.
Who's the rabbi of the Chabad house?
Now you're going to make me say it. It's
That's-
Eliyahu. I call him Rabbi Eliyahu, so it's his first name. So I know him as Rabbi Eliyahu.
Okay, that's
so
cool. That's
we,
cool.
yeah.
That's cool. I think I know who he is. I know so many of these guys for so many years, having been in Jewish publishing and all that.
Yeah, we just had our first community menorah put up in the 43rd Ward.
Very nice.
Yes, it was very nice.
Where are they located?
It's they're located on Kenmore, 1950 Kenmore, I believe, is the address. So it's another new thing here in the 43rd Ward.
No, it's very nice. I'm glad to hear that. And of course, it's very important to work with. People don't realize how important it is if you're involved in the community to work with people of all faiths. It's one of the best ways to get to people in the community is through their reverends, pastors, rabbis, etc.
Absolutely. And people are very socially conscious in our ward and want to make a difference. The Lincoln Park and 43rd Ward and Gold Coast area has a long history of making a difference. And so I want to support those efforts as well as working on the really big issues that we have facing our city right now. I really have had a great relationship with our Mayor, Rahm Emanuel, in working on the big issues facing the city, most notably our budget crisis. Right now we're facing a $600 million structural deficit that we were able to whittle down to $300 million, but we still face this overarching pension crisis. And I'm really one of Mayor Emanuel's partners in helping to get our city financial condition right-sized so that we can provide the services to our city that the residents deserve.
No, that would be very important. And the pension crisis is it's not baffling. It's obvious how it got there. This took decades of building up.
Yes, decades and decades of kicking the can down the road by prior administrations and really using accounting tricks to try to avoid paying our liabilities. And at the same time, making promises to people that could not be kept and probably known could not be kept. So what we have to do now is treat fairly the retirees who have been relying on their pensions, at the same time secure them so that one day the money just doesn't run out. But at the same time, we must fix it for our taxpayers. If we don't fix this pension crisis, we will be facing a 60% property tax increase. And that's untenable for everybody. We'll all move out. Nobody could afford to live in Chicago.
Extremely, no question about it. I assume you have a campaign website?
I do. It's michelesmith.org. And the one thing you need to know about my name is it's spelled with one L. So it's MICHELESMITH.org.
Very good. Michele Smith, I want to thank you very much, running for re-election in the 43rd Ward. Very competent person. Thank you so much for coming here, and good luck in the election.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.